the next segment of the Cowboy Catch Up. If you guys are watching this on the podcast, then you guys can go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, F1E2. This will be going on to YouTube. And if you guys are watching this from YouTube, then you guys can go check out my Cowboy Catch Up podcast over at Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or the Apple Play Store. So yeah, this segment will be going on YouTube. To the YouTube viewers out there, I am sorry that I have not uploaded an episode of the Cowboy Catch Up in a while. I do apologize. I just have been busy making other content that I feel like I don't want to upload clips from my podcast to this when I can be making better content for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into this segment. So this is my overall draft review. I've made a reaction to every round. 1, and then 2 and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6, 7, in like 3 separate videos. And this is like after a couple days, about a week of processing, really thinking in depth. The guys we signed, like the corner we just got, thinking everything into depth. I think our draft is still an A plus. Those initial emotions are out. We have to do the critical thinking as a fan base, or as like me as an NFL analyst, because I analyzed the whole game. So I still give it an A plus. CeeDee Lamb, great steal, obviously, but I want to talk about, and then Trayvon Diggs, a great steal. Develle Gallimore, the guy our third round or fourth round corner, and Bradley Anae in the fifth round is one I do want to talk about. He is going to bring us instant production. He produced in college. The reason why he fell was because of he didn't have a good combine, and his size and tangibles weren't all there. Hold up, I don't unplug my adapter. I'm tired of recording my audio. Man. Oh, sorry for the YouTube viewers. I had to plug out my adapter. I couldn't hear anything. I had a feed going in, but forget that. So now I can't hear anything. Okay. So for the podcast viewers, well, we're gonna have to work this out. But YouTube, you can't hear anything. I have a different feed going on. For the podcast viewers, YouTube viewers, nobody to hear. Sorry. And you guys are gonna think I'm unplugging cords and stuff for no reason. All right, let me adjust the mic. All right, there we go. So Bradley Anae is gonna bring us instant value, instant production, because we can't rely on Alden Smith and Randy Gregory to be reinstated by week 1. We just can't. Obviously, Tristan Hill, we don't know if he's able to produce on that RD line. I'm sorry. And then if we decide to cut Tyrone Crawford. So no matter what we decide to do on that D-line, or who gets reinstated, or when they get reinstated, we need a guy there just in case. And for the future. I mean, Bradley Anae it's not like he's afraid of signing, and he's 30, he's a rookie, he's a draft pick. But yeah, and then the 7th round is the only question mark. The quarterback we took, I like that we took a quarterback, okay. Now we have a 3-way quarterback battle for the backup Dak. We have Clayson Thornton, Cooper Rush, now a rookie, Nikaki or whatever, whatever. The only problem is he would have been undrafted. We could have picked him up undrafted or on UDFA. It's not like another team out there was going to pick him up. So it's not like that. So he would have still been there. We could have took a receiver again. We could have took a tight end. We could have took a tackle to add depth. We could have took a linebacker. We could have took a safety. I mean, anything. I mean, for crying out loud, Geno Stone fell. We could have traded up if he found that. I mean, that's the only problem I have with the draft. But it was still a great draft. It brings competition for Rush. and Thorson, who's on our practice squad last year and our reserve list. I just don't okay. So let's talk about the linebacker prospects. Why we should draft one. We have linebacker, but we just cut Covington, who was a 6th-round draft pick in 2018. We have Vander Esch, Smith, and Lee, our 3 starters. We have Luke Gifford, who was an undrafted free agent last year. We also have Justin March, who we just extended his contract, and we have Joe Thomas, who we extended his contract as well. So our 3 starters are 3 rotational guys. Other than that, we don't have anybody. So we let Kyle Kiro go and Covington go, and then we replaced them with Luke Gifford being healthy this year. He wasn't healthy last year. He was on IR. Also, what doesn't help us with drafting a quarterback in the 7th round was we lost a lot of our draft picks last year. I mean, Tristan Hill didn't produce. I mean, Connor McGovern was on IR all year. He was activated, 2 games? Tony Pollard produced, obviously. But then Joe Jackson, Jalen Jelks were on the practice squad. And then Michael Jackson got picked up by the Lions. We didn't even sign him. He was on the Lions roster. He didn't play, though. He was on IR. And then Mike Weber, who was on practice squad. We had no rookies that could help us right away. And that's one of the reasons why we struggled. So I feel like we could make up with a 7th-round draft pick and adding some type of value or depth. So that's the only flaw, like I said. Because he would have been undrafted, and we already have Cooper Rush and Thorson, and I think that's perfectly fine. I don't like Cooper Rush. A lot of Cowboy fans don't like Cooper Rush either. But then also back that up, 2018, we spent a 5th-round pick on a guy like Mike White from Western Michigan, or Western Kentucky, I'm sorry. And spent 2018 on the practice squad. 2019, he battled for a spot and had a terrible preseason, and we cut him. And he's on the Jets' active roster right now. He's projected to be Sam Darnold's backup. But that's the only thing. Like, we draft so many quarterbacks and we let them walk. Like, we should have kept White on the IR, just put him on reserve lists or put him on the practice squad, so that we'd have to draft a quarterback now. And it's like, I guess it's safety for Dak, but he's I don't know. I'm not hating on the draft. That's the only problem. I know Cowboys fans have heard, I know NFL fans watching us or whatever, heard CeeDee Lamb, heard Trevon Diggs, heard Devell Gallimore, heard our 4th-round corner, we heard Jalen Nace. So that's why I want to talk about something that a lot of people don't talk about is our quarterback situation. So in the preseason, it'll be a 3-way tie, or not a 3-way tie, a 3-way battle to back up Dak. And I love watching preseason. We've had guys that show up and produce. Obviously, our safety, who we drafted last year, who had a really good preseason, but then barely got any playing time, just shows how depth our team was. But I don't know. That I'm probably going to end this segment of the podcast. There's probably going to be an ad right now if you're watching the podcast, and if you are watching on YouTube, just us now. The guys on the podcast are on a break. So if you guys do hit the subscribe button, I am trying to grow the channel. So yeah, if you like the podcast, comment your thoughts. Comment if I messed something up or got a fact wrong. I'm always open. All right, something you guys want to see. I'm always open to hearing you guys' recommendations because at the end, you guys ultimately are the ones watching.